You know, I just sold my property, and it was to a charity actually. And my son has just finished his university, graduated, got his first class honours, and things were really good. I was really happy. Well, at least I thought I was. Until I started to feel suicidal. All of a sudden, this energy started to come on me, man. I'm thinking, what the hell is going on? I sat in my car. I bawled my eyes out. I cried out to my Creator. And I said to my Creator, word for word, Father, I am finished with this life. I'm done. If I don't have a purpose here, I don't want to be here. There's no point. Now I can understand why people are suicidal. I get it. I totally get it. I've worked so hard. I've achieved what I've achieved, and great, you know, material things, a house, a car, big deal, right? But I've worked hard for it, and in pain doing it, aching and paining throughout my body. And what have I got out of it? A little bit of money. These things don't move me. They don't move me. Material things and money don't move me, bro. Yeah? My well-being is more important than all of that. It doesn't mean shit to me. So I asked my Father, if I don't have a purpose here, I don't want to be here. And you can take my life today. And I said that to my Father. And immediately, my Creator answered me. And he said, you do have a purpose. And the minute he said that, because I was bawling, I'm snot's coming out my nose and everything, man. I'm flooded. My car was flooded with tears. That's what I make. I was crying like mad. Yeah. And all of a sudden, I hear him in the Most High in my ear. You do have a purpose. And all of a sudden, I stopped crying. And I said, what is it? And he says, don't worry about that. Cross that bridge when we get there, but you do have a purpose. And I thought to myself, I knew I had a purpose here. There's no way I'm just here just for the sake of being here. I'm going through all this hardship, struggling. People just taking a piss out of me and laughing at me behind my back. I know what's been going on behind the scenes, man. I know that everybody that's been sent to be in my life thus far has been intentional, but the Most High had to allow it so I wake up to the truth about the kind of energies that are around me, the kind of snakes that are around me, you know? So, boy, I was so happy, boy. I went to go and buy a drawer. And then when I went to buy the drawer, you know what happened? I meet this guy, and it was an Asian fella. And he was buying a drawer too. And we come out, and we just started talking. And I said, so what do you do for a living? He says, he's a journalist. I says, is he? And he's like, yeah. I says, tell me something. As a journalist, what's really going on? You know, what have you seen? What do you know? He says, listen, it's all fake. I says, yeah. And this wasn't enlightenment for me. I just needed confirmation about what I already intuitively knew. But it was a blessing that I come across this fella, you know? So he says, it's all fake. He says, I've been in a journalist for like 15 or 20 years or something like that. And he says, when it comes to the children, he says he's worked with the children, and you know, he says he sees a lot of stuff behind the scenes, and he's like, I said, he's still doing journalism now? And he's like, no. I says, okay. So, you know, we had a long talk, and at that point, when I was crying in my car, I felt completely alone, and the Most High brought him in immediately to let me know that. So with the knowledge that you have now, trust me, you're not alone. You're not alone. And that really uplifted me. So I went my way, he went his way, and, you know, respect to him and everything, you know. So yeah, I've had many encounters throughout my life because I ask questions. I've always asked questions since I was at school, and because of that reason, not many people like me, because I'm not somebody that you can just tell, you know, sweet little nothings, and I'm not gonna look into it or analyze it. Or once my spirit doesn't feel that something's not correct, and it's like, nah, something is not sitting right in my spirit, man. And I will question and question until I get a definitive answer that I'm happy with. So it's either a negative or a positive, and most time it's obviously been a negative, and it could be anything, it could be anyone. So when I was at school, I remember being in detention a lot because I wasn't interested in school. I couldn't stand it. I actually hated school. I hated every moment and every minute of it. The only subjects I liked was art, because I was a good drawer, and PE, because I loved sports. And my favourite teacher was my art teacher, I can't remember her name. PE teacher was Mr. Roberts. I did like him. And my art teacher. The rest of them, so they always would put me, and when I was in class, like, I'm dozing away, man. I'm looking outside the window and I'm just gazing, and I'm a dreamer, and I just want to be out of the classroom and just want to be in nature. I didn't want to be in the classroom. I just felt imprisoned, So I don't remember coming out of school with any grades or nothing. I couldn't give them because I couldn't wait to get out of school to just go and work anyway, so I could be free. Excuse me. So yeah. And as an adult, I worked as a hospice. That was my first job was working in Southern Electric in Acton. I was born and raised in West London, in Acton, South Acton to be specific. With my grandparents ever since I was 2. I was raised by them, and my first job was customer service, selling electrical goods. I hated it so much, man. I was there for 2 months, and I earned £500 a month, and I hated it so much I didn't even want the money. And I went home and I said, Nan, here's £1,000, take it. Because I'm going to go out, I'm going to sign on, and I'm going to save the money to do my driving lessons. And I did my driving, had 11 lessons, and I passed first time. And I got my granddad bought me my first car. And it was a Ford Fiesta, and it was a yellow one. I was so happy. I was so happy when I got that car, man. I was so grateful and thankful that my granddad actually bought me a car. Getting money from him was like getting blood out of a stone. So when he bought me that car, and I remember it was 360 quid, it was a T-Reg. It was like, my granddad loves me. Because he was, he didn't really show love like that, My grandmother was the lover, So when he bought me that, I just thought, yeah, my granddad loves me. And I was thinking to myself, yeah, he's probably glad as well, so he doesn't have to drive my grandmother to the market all the time in Shepherd's Bush. But I was more than happy to do all of that, no problem. And I did. I got the privilege to drive my grandmother around anywhere she wanted to go. She was treated like royalty, bruv. You know what I mean? So, yeah, and she did love it too. She loved it. Saf, come and take me down to Shepherd's Bush Market. Come we get the food the hard food, the soul food, So, yeah, man, those are the good days, So when I left my grandparents' home, I moved to Hackney, and I was in shared housing. I met somebody here in Hackney, not here in Hackney, because I'm not in Hackney. I met someone in Hackney, some guy, right, and we was dating for a year. He ended up cheating, got rid of him, and then I moved to it was a shared housing into the studio property that I ended up buying. So yeah, and I just focused on growing up my son the best way I could. That was my life. Everywhere we went was either Sea Cadets, Army Cadets, karate, competitions, and I was loving it. I had a black cab, but it was like a car. I used it like a car. I didn't have a license on it or nothing. I just used it as a car, put my bass box in there and blaring my music. So when he goes to karate, I'm just laying in the cab at the back, had my blanket in there and everything. Listen, I'm different. I am very different from many human beings on this earth. I am different. I just do me. I don't care about what people think. I could care less about what people think. I don't care. I'm being me, and I'm doing me. And because of that, people found me like, she's different, man. Oh, she's so confident. Oh, she's so this and oh, she's so that. Child. You want to be like me? That's your problem. I'm just being me. You do you. I don't care what other people are doing. It's not my business. I mind my own business. People need to mind their own business, right? So when people say mind your own business, literally just do that. That's right. You're supposed to be doing that. Just focus on yourself. That should be priority. What other people are doing is none of your business. You understand? So anyway, as I said, right, we move on now. We go to what? I'm going to talk about how I am with my Creator. I've always believed in the Creator. Always. Yes, I was once a Christian. Always wanted to find the true essence of my Creator. Because I always felt the Creator in my spirit. I've always taught any problems and issues that I've had, especially when it comes to people, I always speak to my Creator. And the Most High always enlightens me and puts me up on game on what's going on behind the scenes. Yeah? And because I'm intuitive and I've got special spiritual gifts that the Creator has given me, I used it to my advantage to protect myself, you know, and get rid of these low vibrational karmic pieces of poop out of my life. And because I could see right through them, some of them would run before I even set them packing, and some of them would stay just to challenge me more, you know, and also to trigger me, to get me out of my character. And I remember one day somebody got me out of my character enough so many times that I cuss out his blouse and skirt, man. And this guy did help one time. You know, he was homeless and I met him on Plenty of Fish. And when I first saw him, he did not look like what he looked like on the dating site, and I thought to myself, blood clot, yeah. And he was honest with me, and he says, I need a home, I need blah blah blah. I said, mate, are you for real? So I asked my neighbour if he could put him up, and he said, yeah. And I gave my neighbour a little bit of change just to sort of like say thank you for taking him in. You know, I didn't have to do that, but you know, he was a nice neighbour, and he was nice enough to let him stay. So he stayed there for about a year or two, I think, something like that. No, maybe not 2 years, but at least a year, right? So yeah, so you know, I'm just somebody I'm genuine, man. There's nothing else I can say. Like, I am who I am. I am loving, genuine individual. I care about people. I get emotional. I never used to be like that. I was hard as nails, man. You know, I have a dark side and I have a light side, and I've managed to balance out both energies. And instead of being on the dark side more, where I'm more aggressive, if you like, and react to certain things, especially when people trigger me. And I can see back, looking back now, people were doing it deliberately to get me out of my character, as I said. So I've learned on my journey so much about who I am deep down in my soul, my spirit, my soul calling of what I'm supposed to do on this earth. You know, and I'm going to fulfill it by the grace of the Most High. You know, I just want to be completely honest with everyone. I've already put a lot of things out on my videos, and those videos that I did that if you've watched my videos already, I'm going to be honest with you, man, those videos were the hardest thing that I've ever had to do in my life. The hardest thing, because these energies that were on me, man, incredible. It's powerful.
In the final part, I'll share what all these experiences have taught me and why I still believe love, hope, and truth are worth sharing. Until next time, keep your light shining, keep speaking your truth, and never stop becoming who you were created to be.